The German government has sold over 16,000 Bitcoin over the past day. Will this send the crypto markets lower? I'm going to tell you why I think it might be time to buy in, and I'm also going to show you a pretty strong meme coin in the background of all this selling. We will also be looking at the updates around the Ethereum ETF and are there signs that a Solana ETF is coming? Let's take a look. So what I'm showing you guys now is the very useful site called Arkham Intelligence, which allows us to track the wallets of big players and entities in the crypto market. So we can see here, this is the page for the German government, and that up to even as recently as this, say 3 weeks ago, they had around 50k Bitcoin in their wallet. But since then and up until today, which is the 9th of July, they're down to nearly 23,000 Bitcoin. So that's over half of their Bitcoin that's been sold and absorbed into the market. When I talk about being absorbed by the market, I'm talking about people and companies stepping in and buying, which is exactly what the Japanese company Metaplanet have done. They've bought another 400 million yen's worth of Bitcoin. Now, this might not be a large amount compared to the amount that the Germans are currently selling, but the point is that there's always buyers stepping in to buy the dip and to add Bitcoin to their long-term holdings. Whilst at times yesterday, the atmosphere was all doom and gloom around the German selling of Bitcoin, we also had some, I would say, pretty bullish news come out of the American Republican Party. They officially included crypto in their platform to campaign for the election. We can see that they announced that they would defend the right of American citizens to mine Bitcoin, and that they would also ensure that every American had the right to self-custody or to look after their own digital assets, free from any government surveillance and control. To further explain why I think this is a bullish development, let me go to Polymarket. If you don't know what Polymarket is, it's one of the biggest crypto betting markets in the world. And you can see here it's got the market for the presidential election winner for the American election in November this year. We can see Donald Trump is predicted to win the election 63% of the time. So in turn, the Republican Party will win the election 63% of the time. And those are good odds that there's going to be a very for Bitcoin government coming to America by the end of the year. Something that caught my eye was this tweet that I saw by Honey Badger that showed that the biggest liquidations in crypto since the FTX collapse happened recently. Now, if you remember, that was around November 2022, and we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart now to see what happened there. So we can see here, November 22 was the absolute bottom for Bitcoin before it started its current epic run to new all-time highs. Now, I'm not saying that I think Bitcoin is going to go on a crazy run straight away and go straight to new all-time highs, but I think that there's a lot of fear and panic in the markets that is similar to the fear and panic that was there around the time of the FTX collapse. If we look at the good old crypto fear and greed index, we can see that it's now in the fear region, which matches up with the RSI reaching the oversold levels, which is the red levels on the chart. You can see it hasn't reached the red level since August 2023, so nearly a year, and the red areas tend to indicate max or strong fear in the markets. I had the areas, and you can see here in green, mapped out for potential dumps. It looks like it's kind of front run my area, and I honestly would not be surprised if we've bottomed for now. I think the market is starting to realize that the German government has sold half of what they had, so they're running out of coins to sell. That's why even today, when they moved more Bitcoin to be sold, you can see that we're still green on the daily, which to me shows that people are getting less afraid of the German government selling. I think a strong possibility would be if there's another really big sell by the German government of around 15,000k plus Bitcoin again. If we get a push into these green areas, I would like the RSI on the 3-day chart to hit the red level also. That has not been hit for a very long time. June 2022, which again was close to the absolute bottom. If you're looking to buy spot Bitcoin, you can either start to scale in a bit now, or if you think these dumps are going to affect the market quite a lot, you can wait for the green areas and then buy in then, and then just hold it for as long as you can. In the short term, you can see currently that we're up against resistance, at 58.3k. If price can close above there, I think it can rally over the rest of July, and since the RSI is sold, it can push up to at least the 50 level, maybe 60k, maybe to the higher resistance at 63.5, and then we can see from there how strong the market really is. Let's move on to Ethereum news now, and we can see yesterday that all the Ethereum ETF applicants filed updated S1 forms. This basically means that the Ethereum is done and ready to go. It's just a matter of time before it goes live. I'm expecting it to go live at some time this week. Hopefully, like I showed with the Bitcoin charts and that looking kind of local bottom for now, hopefully the ETH ETFs can get some good inflows, and hopefully that can push not just Ethereum but also altcoins as well, as when Ethereum tends to run, altcoins historically tend to run with it as well. You can see on the Ethereum daily chart that it also had the RSI reaching the oversold levels for the first time since September 23. If you just look back at the last few times RSI has gone to the red, okay, this one didn't work out, but this one didn't work out, but the last 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, they've all had pretty good runs from there. So you think that buying in oversold conditions now is a pretty good bet on Ethereum running higher, especially now that the Ethereum ETF is essentially going live sometime in July, most likely. You can, looking at the chart, you can see there was a big support region around just under the 3k level, and it looks like it's been defended again and again. So you can see 1, 2, 3 and another fourth touch. We're hoping that with all the attention being on the Ethereum ETF, that it's just been another touch of the 1 day support, and that we're going to bounce up over July. I think with all the attention, it must get a decent pump throughout July. I want to share a tweet by CoinMamba that explains exactly how I'm feeling right now. The German government's Bitcoin is getting absorbed by the market. The Ethereum ETF is launching soon. The CPI number is about to show a slowing inflation, and rate cuts are coming in September. I see no reason to be bearish here. I absolutely agree with CoinMamba, and I think I'd rather be positioned to be long right now, as there's a good risk reward that you'll make a decent return over time. So Bitcoin has the ETFs, Ethereum is about to get ETFs, and it also looks like Solana is going to get an ETF, as Van Eck and 21 Shares have both filed for a Solana ETF. Now, I think the only one that really matters is when BlackRock file an ETF. Why do I say that? So this is from, I believe it's before the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and BlackRock's record of ETF approvals was they won 575 and they lost 1 approval. So for me, as soon as BlackRock file a Solana ETF, it's game over. It's guaranteed to happen. As we talked about earlier, it'd be very bullish for crypto if the Republican Party win the election in November, as we'll have a pro-crypto government in charge of the biggest nation in the world. Eric Balchunas, who for ETF News is very reliable, says that the Solana ETFs will have a final deadline for approval around March 2025, which is in around 8 months' time. I agree with what he says, that if Biden wins, from what Biden and the Democratic government have shown in the past few years, they're not really on the side of crypto. But if Trump wins, I think the Solana ETF is very likely. I want to show you Kaito AI, and they have a section called Token Mindshare that quantifies how talked about or how much attention a crypto token is getting in the overall market. And we can see today Solana is the biggest, or has the biggest gain of mindshare. I think people are starting to realize just how bullish a Solana ETF would be for the long-term price. If we look at the Solana daily chart, we can see that it's a kind of similar picture to Ethereum in that it had an area of support that has been tested quite a lot of times, and once again it seems to be bouncing away. One difference is that Solana never hit the oversold region on RSI, which can be a sign, in my opinion, of more relative strength compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which did hit the oversold regions. With all the rumors about the potential future Solana ETF, I think there's just going to be more attention on Solana and within the Solana ecosystem. If we look on the weekly chart, we can see it quite cleanly just how respected this area of support has been. Another thing is that the weekly RSI has reset to around the 50 area, which in my experience, you can see Solana had a big run up that went to the very oversold regions, and now it's reset to around the 50 region. If Solana is still bullish, it will now run from this 50 region and most likely over time reach all-time high or higher. But once again, I think it all depends on the election and if BlackRock file that Solana ETF. That is what I'm looking for, to get as much Solana as I can, I think. As expected, when Solana has been pumping, Solana meme coins have also been going up in price recently. However, quite a big shock that I don't think many people could see happening was that Bonk flipped dog with hat in market cap value, and Bonk has now become the #1 meme coin on Solana. You can see dog with hat is very weak with a 23% drop over the past 7 days. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said that I would talk about a meme coin that has been performing quite strongly. But before I get to that, I would just want to show you another Solana meme coin, but this one is for all the wrong reasons. So Lionel Messi, probably the greatest footballer of all time, on his Instagram shared a Solana shitcoin called Water. As we can see from this tweet by DGen News, there's a cluster of wallets that hold around 35% of the supply, which is just ready to dump on everyone. So if we look at the Water chart, we can see where the Messi tweet spiked the chart, and you can see it's just been selling off since then, selling off since every spike. I don't think I have to say that I would not touch this coin at all, even if Messi's Instagram posted it. It's very likely his Instagram was hacked, or someone on Messi's team has access to his Instagram and is just trying to get him into trouble. If you've been following the channel, you would have seen that we shared the Billy the Dog meme coin when it was around 6 cents and around 60 million market cap. It's done around a 3x since then, and it just looks like it's getting stronger and stronger, and that its mind share is getting more and more every day. This is the Kaito token mind share for the past 7 days. We can see that Billy has pretty much the same mind share as the other big Solana meme coins, Bonk and Whiff, and also some massive coins in BNB and Link. But look at the market cap of Billy compared to Whiff and Bonk. It's about 10% of those, so I think there's still a lot of room for Billy to grow and in some way catch up to Dog with Hat. Maybe that's why Dog with Hat is down so much over the past week and Billy is up so much. Maybe there's a potential flippening of the dog coins happening and Billy has more of the momentum since it's a newer coin. We can see Billy does around 40 million of volume a day, which currently would put it 6th out of all the Solana coins. However, when we look at the markets that it's actually on and the centralized exchanges, it's only on Gate, Messi, so he still has a lot of room to go to bigger exchanges such as Bybit, Huobi, KuCoin, and potentially Binance and Coinbase in the future. Looking at the Billy chart, I would say that there is actually a decent chance that it is topped for the short term and that it's due for a pullback. I would say there are 2 ways you could play this. You can wait for Billy to pull back into the green areas of support, which I've mapped out. I don't think the lower one is quite likely anymore, but if it hits there, that would be the best spot to buy long-term bags of Billy. But I think the green areas are what you wait for, and you scale into the green areas, or you buy when it breaks the new all-time high, as that would just show that is how strong it is and that it's just getting stronger and stronger. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one.